What's good, everybody? So we finally got to see some Aliens Fireteam gameplay in action, and it looks really good so far. And even before, I was already entertaining ideas of what I would like to see in Aliens Fireteam. So here are 5 things we need in Aliens Fireteam. Number 5, weldable doors and defenses. The game features different classes with different abilities for different roles, and we have a class specifically for the sentry turrets. Something I think we need that is authentic to the Aliens experience is defensives and holding off the Horde. Welding doors or barricades is a feature that would fit perfectly for the type of asymmetrical game that this is. In AVP2 from back in the day, in the multiplayer, the Marines could weld different weld points around the map. Also, Aliens Colonial Marines in one of the multiplayer specific modes, if I remember correctly. So either a class or just as a general mechanic for all players, welding defenses would ratchet up the tension and change the pace of the game and allow you to set yourself up for different objective points to hold and defend. Number 4, exosuits and vehicles. Something that we do not see enough in the Aliens games are vehicles or other modes of combat outside of boots on the ground. Not that I'm suggesting combat dropships or tanks, but most colonies or outposts usually have some kind of exosuit or loader and like machinery, but yet we can never use these things to our advantage. Colonial Marines had you using an exosuit against a boss enemy. In this type of game, it could indeed use key points of a level to offer an alternative defensive or offensive method. What I would really wish for is an APC segment. Even if it's just stationary, the cannon would just lay waste to the entire horde. Number 3, bosses. Co-op shooter games similar to these like Warhammer Vermintide, Back 4 Blood, and Left 4 Dead throw all kinds of enemies at you, and Aliens also need something else that those games have, which are bosses. Special types are fun and all, but everyone loves a good boss battle to take on with their friends. In the Alien universe, a boss can be anything from the Alien Queen, Rhino Alien, Gorilla Alien, Pred Alien, or something new, and maybe even an engineer if that's a way they'd want to go. Colonial Marines had a few boss battles that were mostly fun in its own right. These xenomorphs could make for fun boss battles alone with its own unique mechanics, or environmental based mechanics, or along with the horde trying to take you out all at the same time and strategically planning with your teammates on how to best approach your impending doom. Either way, boss battles in some form are a must in a shooter like Aliens Fireteam. Number 2, Left 4 Dead style versus mode. Left 4 Dead was a masterpiece for paving the way of co-op shooters. With the many game modes to chew through, my personal favorite, and I'm sure a lot of others, is the versus mode. That pitted you and your teammates against player-controlled special units that had to do everything in their power to stop you from getting to the safe house or endpoint of the level. If this game adds a new mode, a versus mode is needed. Squaring off against the normal AI, let enemy players choose from the various special units and a boss-like unit to stop us from completing our objectives. Number 1, iconic characters. In this game, it looks to be that we have a new cast of badass Colonial Marines, which is always nice to see and learn about new faces. While we all love the classic cast of characters, we've seen the addition of characters like Apone and Hicks and Colonial Marines, so there's no reason we shouldn't get an extended cast of playable characters within this game. There's a wide range of casts throughout the films that would be nominated for the game, but it wouldn't hurt to start off with the classics and those from Aliens. Even if the voice actors can't reprise their roles, I would still accept a likeness and impersonators of the characters. We need more Apone, Hicks, Hudson, and Vasquez, just to name a few. That covers the main list that I have, but here is an honorable mention. Xenomorph Damage System. After watching the gameplay demonstration, I noticed one thing after seeing so many Xenos being slain. There wasn't very much destructibility on the bugs themselves. They mostly just drop after being killed in a ragdoll fashion with some acid blood pooling shortly after, but outside of the occasional headshot to a common creep, one of the special units would explode on being killed, and that was about it. With Aliens, you imagine portions of the exoskeleton being shredded by these military weapons. Also, I don't think an overly complex damage and destructibility system would do the game's engine any favors if there are large amounts of aliens on the screen, but I do hope and think we need to see some more destructibility on the most deadliest creature in the universe. Other than that, the game looked pretty good. So these were 5 things that I think we need in Aliens Fireteam. What do you guys think of the game? What do you think of the gameplay demonstration by IGN? What do you think the game could use? What do you think the game could change? Let me know any thoughts you have in the comments below. I must say I'm very hyped for the game, but I'm trying to keep my hype in check. But it looks good so far. Everything seems to be authentic to the Aliens experience. But if I can't help it, I'm going to give my opinion on some things that we kind of need as an Alien fan. So if you want to see more content on the game, come back for more. It'll be here. So thank you for watching, and peace for now.